Why not? I don't know which one you like better, E46 content or the LS content, but today I got some LS content for you today. So in front of me, as you can see, they're both the same size cylinder heads. Reason why I did the same side is because we had two different cylinder heads today. Okay, this is the one that you've been seeing me work on when I pulled the valves out and everything like that. This over here is the new cylinder heads I got today. Not really new, but new to me. Cool thing is I picked them up for dirt cheap, and they got all the exhaust studs removed. So, yo, it's a win. It came off a recent Ram motor. As you can see, it looks to be in good condition. Not completely burnt up, full of soot like this one. All the carbon buildup and bullshit and burnt oil. Long story short, we're going to go over the comparison of the 862 heads compared to the 317 heads. Yeah, there's a lot of videos, but we're going to do this short, sweet, and simple. It's not going to be like dyno runs and stuff like that. It's going to be very simple, down to the point, so you can understand the numbers behind it and understand why people do choose to run the other ones. Let's get to it. Starting off with the intake ports, as you can see, both of these heads both have the cathedral ports. It's, I don't know, it's love and hate relationship with them. Some people super sought after the cathedral port. Some people like the rectangle port. Really, it's up to you. It really doesn't make a big difference. Some people say it does with flow, but honestly, as long as you got a matching intake, it doesn't make a difference. It helps. So now we're going to move over to the exhaust side. Now, if you look very closely, the 862s have a more of an oval shape, right? But then if you look really close at the 317s, they have more of a D shape because it cuts off right here. It's a very hard line. I don't know if you can tell. When you get close, you can see. And when you get over here, you can see it's more open. Now, some people prefer to have the oval shape because with the oval shape, you feel like you get more flow. Makes sense. I get it. But now in the end, when we start talking about valves, this is the crazy part. So I did put some of the valves back in here so you can look at some of the intake and the exhaust valves. Now looking at the valves, you can't really see a big difference. But what we're going to do, I'm going to pop out some of the valves so you can see. But just to start off with, sorry, this ain't the prettiest valve. This one looks like it's had a couple love days. All right. But now this is the thing. The exhaust valves are the same on these motors, okay? So when I pop these out, the exhaust valves are literally the exact same size. Slide this one out too. Cool thing about these, you can slide them right back in afterwards. But now, when we look at this, just try and keep these both set off to the side so you know. Well, I'm gonna remember because one's scraped the fuck up and the other's not. And then you can literally take them, line them up. They're dead on the exact same size. Can't miss that. They're spot on the same size. Literally the exact same size exhaust valves. But now the intake valve is where it differs. But not only the intake valve is where it differs, when you're looking at the combustion chamber size, the combustion chamber size on the 317s are larger. It sits at 71.5 cc's, and then the 862s sit at 61 cc's. So hit or miss, but they both make great power. Really, let's be honest. That's the one thing people forget about. They make good power for what they are. For these to be stock heads, they're not pro race anything. They work. And so pulling out what we call an intake valve now, popping this one out so we can kind of get a good look at that. Ooh, don't have a little resistance. All right, now I don't have a way to set this up. I'm kind of freestyling this one-handed while holding the camera. So now, like I said, the intake valve is going to be sitting at 189 inch for the 862s, okay? And then the 317s are going to be sitting at 2 inch. Can you see the lip of a difference? So 317s is the bigger valve on the bottom, which is a 2 inch valve. 189 of an inch for the 862s. So it makes a hell of a difference in the end and flow, especially if we're going to be sending this thing to the moon with hella boost. So just seeing the differences and trying to pick and figure out what you're going to run for the year. When you're looking at heads, this is what you're looking for. Some people, if you're looking for performance, you're going to go with the 862s, but all depending on what you're doing. If you're looking for boost, we all know we're gonna go for the 317's because we want to see those numbers on the boost gauge go to the sky. I don't know how much power I plan on making or what I plan on doing, but I want to reliably make a lot of power. All the all the blow off valve noises, all the toot toot, all the wastegate sounds, all the good stuff. I'm gonna do that. That's the goal. But yeah, if you need help identifying these, I can pull up the casting numbers before you guys get out of here. But just giving you ideas of numbers, I'll put some of these in the description. So make sure you like, subscribe, follow for more stuff. Just short knowledge, if you wanted to know these things. Like, I know you could have watched this in somebody else's video, but if you're following me and you're learning all that stuff, you're probably going to want to know this stuff. This is good stuff just to know. So, hey, keep learning. Let's be great together, you guys. Before the end of this, we're checking out the casting numbers. So if you look close inside the head, you can see right here towards the bottom second chamber up, it would be the marking of what size motor, 4.8, 6.0, and then here we're going to flip it around right quick. And then also you got this down here, 862, 317. So you can't really miss it. And then if you also need to look for other things to differentiate, like I said, D-shaped ports if you're looking for the 317. Oval if you're looking for 862. Closest thing to 862 head that's better if you're gonna do it, go for like 706. Some people say 243, but 706 heads I heard a lot about. But if you're looking for stuff on those heads, you might have to ask somebody about them because I'm not a big crazy fan about those heads or anything special that stands out to me. But everybody has their own thing. This is what I'm into. This is what I'm trying to do. I do have these. I'm planning on probably giving these away. We'll see. But check this out. Look into this type of stuff if you're interested. Learn. Search it up. They got Google, everything else. But if you're here on my page and you're just not doing nothing tonight and you're bored, check out this video. Got something to do.